Hello, always Dizzy here. A late stream tonight. Sorry about that. Got caught up with work, unfortunately. It's almost 10 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to start with puzzle streak of 41, as I always do before I play any games. Whoops. And I'm about 1 minute in here, so let's get started here. Okay. Yeah, I don't like I tried to stream earlier, but I'm always working. Okay, mate. We have a fork. We have a discovery on his queen. This attacks 2 pieces. He doesn't have a great check. I don't think this is... Yeah, but then I can still take the rook, right? Yeah. These are hard for the rating. So I can trade here. Check. We have a fork there. No, it's a discovery, so that's all we care about. Check. And then where's the discovery? Right here, it's just a fork. Okay, we are white. Nobody in the stream, but again, it's a late stream. I think we're just going to get a piece up. That's interesting. It's a skewer at the end. Beautiful that I saw that. Win the queen. Win the queen. Oh, I thought it wins the queen here. So what do we do here? Check. I think we are taking this. And then after he moves the queen somewhere, we have check. But I still don't see the knockout. Bing bang. Boom bing. I don't see it. This is such a crazy batch, it's pissing me off. Okay, I'm gonna look at this one with the engine after. Yeah, this ends way too freaking ass soon. Yeah, this is such a... How is this rated 1436? Like, that is unbelievable. So I'm a little cranky. Yeah, that's great. I don't know. People are guessing. They're not calculating that. There's no way. Yeah, they're just playing and then hoping something... Oh, I hate that. It's such crap. Okay, sorry. Moving on. It's just that there's no way people that are like 1,400 puzzles rated are calculating that whole line. No way. Take. Can I take here? Black. Check, and then here. Check. No, we have to... What do we have to do here? Check, take. Then we have this check. We have a good discovery. I don't know if is that quite enough. F5. This batch is ridiculous. Don't think any, no, what about a check here? What am I missing? Maybe check here? What? Okay, for some reason I didn't even consider queen f5. Didn't even consider it. And or just knight f7, maybe? Oh no, then we just go there. Oh god, that was so simple. Jesus. That was all on me. Black. We are moving up the board. We have pants. So, does it matter? This is too slow. Because he can take and then come back. So we have to push this one first. And then we push h3. Then we stop this. Okay, we have a check. And we have a check. And then a check. And then we can sack the queen and get another queen, I think. I think we're taking. So how do we finish that? Bing, bang, boom. King h2. Is there something better? Okay, I don't think there's something better, but I want to look at it with the engine here. Yeah, it ends too soon. Because how do you win this? These puzzles suck, I have to say. I mean, I prefer black here by a tiny bit, but the actual continuation is it that simple? I don't think it's simple. I do not think it's simple. Yeah, you slowly, it's just so underrated, these puzzles. You gotta, oh man. This batch especially, this batch is ridiculous. Okay, so let's go queen h5. I think he needs to move the knight, otherwise he's getting mated. Or is he though? Yes, he is. So he needs to move the knight somewhere. And then he's still just getting mated, so I don't see the problem here. Oh wait, maybe I guess he has that, but check. Yeah, that does nothing for me. Here we have another underrated puzzle. Okay, we've got a check, and then we have a then a deflection. There's no way that should be 1600 though. This picks up the rook. Our knight will hang after, so we need to continue attacking. If he goes to f8, then there's mate. That's not mate. But it does win the queen, and that will be good enough, because then his rook is also hanging after. Still kind of close on material though. Whoops. And if he goes to e7, then I'm just going to take again with check, and that just has to be good. Yeah, so here I was going to take the queen. Now a tricky king and pawn ending. Instinct is to go king f4, because if he takes with a pawn, then we have a trebuchet. And if he moves the king, yeah, so it's got to be king f4, trebuchet. And still nobody in the stream. Hopefully one or two of you watch it after it's live. Again, I know it's very late. I was considering not streaming tonight, but I did. Okay, so rook e1, I think he's got to play king f7, right? And then I have, I think, rook h7. Yeah, then I just go rook h7 check. And the king has to move, and he can't protect e6 anymore. Okay, so here I can just trade rooks and then take on e6. And then we can defend this with bishop e3 after. Okay, so we have a check here. So c3 is forced. And how does that help me? I can then take, and he can't bring king back because I have this discovery on his queen. So after c3, take, then what? Then I can take. Wow, it works. Yeah, we take here because his king can't protect his queen. Very interesting one. Okay, check. Boden's mate. Boden's mate. Oh, I thought it was a mate, but this is mate now. Mate in 2 here. Okay. We have a check. That doesn't look to be doing anything. I could, oh, it's taking, this is like a Capablanca one. And we go, I mean, we are black. Doing pretty well, actually. 12 minutes in. Okay, we are black. We've established that. If I move this, I have a fork here. So check, and then where's the geometry? And that doesn't do anything, right? Surprisingly. Okay, so we'll look at this one. He can't go here because of mate, so his only move is king b3. And there's the geometry. There's the geometry. Check, and then I think we're just picking up the rook here. I have to make sure he can't pick up my bishop after, though. Wait, what am I talking about? He can just take my... he can take my queen. Good thing I thought about it. Yeah, here. And then if he... I don't think he can fork my king and bishop. So yeah, we just pick up the rook. This threatens mate, and his queen should be winning. Wait, he can just take it. But then I have rook d7, which should be winning. Wow, I'm doing good. Doing well. Okay, I'm at 35 in 14 minutes. Okay, so this looks good. We get the diagonal opposition. But then how do we actually make progress there? I don't think we can. No, we can, right? Yeah. Because we're going to outflank. So I think it's king c4. Wow, very nice. I'm pretty impressed with myself there. Okay, so can we take here? That would be pretty tight, though. That's pretty tight. It is with check, though. We take with check, but that's still tight. But I think, I mean, it's our best shot here, I feel. Because what else are we going to do, right? Yeah, I'm going to look at this one with the engine after. I don't think I like this one. So I think I'm just, well, then he can take this way, right? So I think, yeah, we have to take on H2 here. Yeah, but it's tight. It is tight. I don't like this one. Because this is not... Okay, well, it's... Okay, here... This isn't elementary. This is not elementary. This is still some work. And I also thought here, had he taken... Same thing. This is still work. Black still has to be careful here. So I'm giving that a small downvote. Okay, we are black. Can I go here? Can I push? And then check? That doesn't work, right? So do I do this? And if he tries to get in front, he's going to be too slow. So that should just be winning, right? You just put the rook behind the pawn. Hello, programming archives. Yeah, very late stream today. I keep apologizing for that. But this is, everything else is too slow from white. Or let's say he goes this way. It makes more sense. Push, you know, just, it's not working. And his king, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something super obvious, but this is a weird puzzle because can't we just put the rook behind the pawn and push? I'm very confused why that's a puzzle. This should just be winning the rook. So let's just verify. But to me, that is... But that's only getting a rook back. We could actually win the other rook, maybe. Could we? Not quite. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. This because after we take the, I don't know if we take it with the pawn or the queen. I'm assuming the queen. Is it so simple? I mean, he takes, and then he starts gobbling up my pawns. Yeah, these pawns are too good. Yeah, these pawns are too good. Okay, we are white, still making fantastic time. I can win this rook, so I think it's just queen b7. I think it's that simple. I'm just making sure there's no chicanery after I take the rook. I don't see a problem though. So I will do it. Last one. We are there. I've really been doing pretty well in the puzzles lately. Okay, so we are down a bishop. Exactly one bishop. I think I can actually go here and then sack the rook and then take the queen. Wow, I'm really on the puzzles today, like lately. Check, right? He has to take, and then I sack the rook, and then I take the queen. I am really on it lately. Done. I'll get one wrong on purpose now. So that took me 19 and a half minutes. Wow, that's good for 41. Ooh. I think I'm getting better at puzzles. Oh. felt good. Felt powerful. Well, yeah. Well, yesterday was unusually slow. Hello, Jay Washi. Yesterday was unusually slow. Okay, let's play a game now. Okay, time for game. Corina, 2185, 9-year-old account. That's what we want to see, not this 1 week old account stuff. So here is a person with a real account. We got a Roy Lopez on the board. Hello, Saeed. And a Roy Lopez. Are we getting a Marshall? We might get a Marshall, but we could, nope. We get just a traditional kind of a closed Roy. And it's been so long. It's been so long. Whoa, knight d7. I'm not familiar. I could go a4 or d4. D4 makes the most sense to me. He's moving, he or she is moving so quickly. I haven't seen this before. Interesting. So I could go a4, I could go knight bd2, I could go d5. I don't really want to go d5 because black can always break with c5, c6. So I'm thinking a4. And then if b4, I think then I have d5. I think. Let's not overthink that. So let's play a4. And yeah, so we could take on b5 and then trade on a8. I don't always love that. Don't always love that. Yeah, but this person really, I mean, this is some homemade prep for sure. Or it's just theory and I don't know it. Can I ignore this? Knight bd2 takes. I'm losing a pawn. Yeah, I'm not. Could I play a5? Would that be a thing? Doesn't make sense. So the thing is, this really kind of forces more or less rook a8. And I really don't love that. But okay, let's continue with the process. And then I'm thinking knight bd2 here. Wait, what do I think about this? Maybe I do need to play d5 here. But he's just going to break. I don't like the break-in. Wow, they only spent 21 seconds. They really know this line. I could trade my dark squared bishop. Maybe I'll do that. But once he takes here, I'm left with this weak b pawn. d5, because he's definitely playing c6, right? I got bamboozled here. Can I go after this? Maybe I can go after b5. Knight a3. He pushes. I could go after c7. He defends it. I could attack it this way. Queen e2, takes. Queen d3, but even after I take here, there's still takes. That's always a problem for me. That's one benefit to here, bishop g5, but then takes. But yeah, then he can take on d4. Right? And then this is so weak. Plus, if I take on g5, he can just take with a knight, which he would like. Bishop e3 and then knight bd2 maybe. Oh boy, but this is weak though. Can he just trade and then like trade? takes. Yeah, just the e4. E4 is so weak there. I think he's going to play rook e8. Right? Bishop e3 takes rook e8. Okay, I'll play d5. But wow, how did this opening really caught me off guard? Interesting. I haven't seen that before. Knight d7, bishop f6 line. I wonder what I did wrong. Maybe a4. Maybe a4 was too slow. Okay, so yeah, I mean c6 is coming. What about c4? Then we can kind of prep things a little bit. I do create this weakness, but c4, just preparing against c6. But then this is coming. Yeah. Although he could have played this last move. Okay. We're going to go here. I'm a little low on the clock. Just to, in case knight c5, I'm going to take that. Even though that's kind of a good bishop for me. And, okay. Knight a3, c6. I could then take, because now d6 is hanging. And if he pushes, I can take. Okay, can we do this? I don't know. I have to play on intuition a little bit. He defends it immediately, he or she. I could attack it again. I could also reroute the knight. Let's reroute the knight. I think their last like 4 moves weren't so ideal for, you know, like this knight g6 was kind of, I guess he wanted to go to f4. Okay, so I can just keep bouncing around here. Is this takeable? Well, I can't do anything about it. I forgot I was going to take the knight. But now they have these 2 strong pawns. But I had to kind of take that. Okay. Tough one. Very, very, like the opening 100% got me. Okay. Is this an idea? I don't know what I'm doing after. Is that a problem? No, I'm going to allow it. Like a judge on TV. I'm going to go c4, bishop a2, bishop b1. Because I think that kind of kills his bishop a bit. So we will do that. 3 minutes on the clock. They call me Jenny from the block. Okay, if bishop b7, am I trading queens? Yes, I think. To get my queen active. Otherwise, my queen is just, yeah, we're doing that. And then I'm going to go rook a1. Ooh, do we still want to do that? Yeah. His pieces are too active. So, and still, we're happy with either c2 or d1 for the bishop. In fact, I might do that voluntarily. Okay, where is he going? Does he want something like this? We could just come in here. But he can still, no, oh, that's what he wants. Okay, so we will stop that. The check, I don't think he's doing much. So the thing is, he can kill my knight. Okay, I'm still going to play it, though. I think he's going to play c4, and then I might go king h2, kick out his... Oh, he can still hang around, though. Not for long, though. And I might have b3 as well, or b4. So let's say b3 takes, check, though. Yeah, so we might have to... Could also go here, though. That covers d3 as well. Okay, let's do that. It covers d3 and it covers g2. So now if b3, the best he can do is this check, but I don't see where he's going after. So I think I can push here. But now there's a new threat that he's created. I could almost push. Okay. So take. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna take my. I might have to do this, but his bishop gets in on the dark squares. Okay, so push. Oh, there's still this. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna go here to stop this fork, and then b3 now, right? Because I'm covering everything. So b3. I'm wondering if this is an idea. Actually, that is an idea. I might be screwed there. Oh my god. Wow. Tough one. He doesn't play it. I'm still awkward here. My knight really sucks. Okay, so if I push, is this exploitable? Not really. Okay, this is a controversial move. Very low on the clock. I think he's going to stay on this diagonal. And I need to protect this pawn. So as much as I don't want to do this, I'm playing f3, but now I have weak dark squares. And we now move the bishop so that we can put our knight on c2. What a untangling that is required. And I only have a minute and a half. That opening 100% got me. Where am I going after the knight goes to c2? I don't know. Is this a move? It is a move. And nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. I just dropped the knight too. Whoops. They just crushed me 100%. It was partly because of the opening, but they just crushed me whole game. Wasn't even close. I was always on the back foot. Let's look at that with the engine. Computer says I actually was doing fine in the opening, but then I don't know. They just played well overall. I didn't like my position in the opening though. I did not. Hello, EJ Birdman. It looks like I was equal here, but I was so low on the clock as well. Okay, so let me load up ChessBase and CPT to look at that closer. But that was just, I was not going to win that game. I spent a lot of time trying to understand what was going on in the opening. And then I actually think I played well, to be honest. But they just knew the plans of the opening, you could tell. I'm not sure about the a4 move. But again, the computer said I actually played fine. So it wasn't actually an opening issue. It was later that the issues happened. But they were so quick, too. I mean, yeah, they just knew the opening. I mean, they spent no time for the first 14 moves. It was like almost pre-moves. You can't even see their time here. So they just knew the opening very well. And then I held it, but I never got to put any pressure on my opponent. That's why I lost. So yeah, give me a second here. It's just a matter of them knowing that line very well. Okay, so we had all this. I'll show you what I'm doing. Boom. Okay. I already forgot. Right here. And then didn't they play knight d7 here? I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't even have it in my system. Yeah, knight d7. So I'm going to cross-reference that in chess base. Is it? Wow, I can't believe I've never seen this before. This is the fifth main line. I've never seen this in my life. How is that possible? Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm going to see if there's any annotated games for me to get information on in ChessBase. I can't show that because I just don't have it set up. Yeah, so I do have a note here. It says, so knight d7, a note by Ehrenberg, liberating the f6 square for the dark squared bishop. Yeah, which is what happens. So I will just put that as one of my notes. If ChessBase works with me here. So put that in my notes here. And let's see, are there other notes here? Yeah, and then here's another note from from the same guy, Ehrenberg, which I will put here as well. From another game, he wrote, Black transfers a kingside knight to b6 and liberates the f6 square for dark squared bishop in order to press white's center along the h8 a1 diagonal, which is not what happened in the game though. Well, actually it did a little bit. More popular continuing. Okay. I will delete that note here. And just gonna see if I have any more notes here. I just can't believe I haven't seen that before. I mean, it's a popular, it's a fifth main line, and in the Roy Lopez, how have I not ever seen that? Okay, there's still more games for me to look at on notes. I don't see any, 3 more to go. Okay, and then I just want to look at a few of the top players. So Kasparov, well, almost everybody plays d4 here. So, what's interesting, Kasparov and Karpov's World Championship endeavor, where they played like 1 million games, they had this position 4 times, Kasparov Karpov in 1990. And out of those 4 games, Karpov was black every time. So this is like, I guess maybe we can call it the Karpov variation. Karpov, keep in mind that Karpov is black. Karpov got 3 draws, and then Kasparov won 1 game. So that's kind of interesting. And then MVL, as white, played it. So this had done very well for white. Yeah, Karpov played this many times, this line. Actually, not many, but I see another game with Karpov where he played it against Gelfand. Do you read the note? No, of course not, Tanner. You think I'm cheating? Why don't I just use the engine? My God. No, I build this into my, and then I review it after every game. What do you mean, why not? Because I'm not, that is 100% cheating. Are you ridiculous? Any external help is cheating. How is that not cheating? Sorry, I'm maybe being a bit rough here, but that's 100% cheating. It's not a gray area. That's not a gray area. That's or I'm not sure if you're trolling or not. No, you can't read notes no, any external help. Why not just use an engine then? It's cheating. So I'm being kind of loud here, but no, you can. It's like someone pointing out, oh, watch out for the back rank mate. That's cheating. So where was I here? yeah, so those are my notes, and now we're going to run that with CPT, turn it on, and I'll let that run for like an hour or so. And it's the usual suspects, D4, A4, but we will let that run. So it gets a depth 49 on Stockfish 17.1, and then I'll build that in. Okay, and then going back to the game, what did I actually play? Chess base is freaking expensive, overpriced, and buggy, and I don't recommend it unless they sponsor me, chess base, in which case I love it. Now, why to depth 49? That's a good question. I actually, when I first started doing this, I probably did it to like depths. Well, it started like 30, and then I slowly increased it over time. I do depth 49 because I've found that's about the point where the evals don't really change much anymore. If you only do it to like depth 30, they can still change. They can still change by like 20, 30 centipons. So, yeah, I think that's a good answer, right? 49, even like around like 47, they don't really change much anymore, but out of kind of habit, I do depth 49. At that point, the evals aren't going to change much at all. Maybe 10 centipons, 15 centipons difference. Okay, so getting back to the game I just played. So knight d7, I did play d4. It's the most natural move. And yeah, bishop f6. So I played a4. That seems to be the top move as well. Pretty typical break. This was all good. Oh, except it didn't like me taking. Well, I guess taking was okay. It's just not a top move. It's suggesting d5 right away. I didn't do this because I didn't really like knight a5. But maybe the point here is that black's knight is a little awkward on a5 here. If I simply move the bishop, if knight c4, I guess we can take. And what is the point? Is the point that black's light squared bishop sucks now? But what about a c6? Oh, no, the point is c4 is weak. Ah. So I could have, excuse me, I'm going to take another cough drop. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so I shouldn't have taken. D5 would have been a little bit better. I mean, taking was okay. I'm splitting hairs here, but I didn't have to take. This was kind of required. This was all fine. I mean, I did more or less play okay. It didn't love knight c2. Yeah, because of knight c5. I just overlooked that there was a fork there. So so that was kind of, that could have been improved upon. I guess, so there's knight d2, defending e4 also allows us to play f3. And I don't know why it's suggesting c4. What's the point of this? If knight c4 now, and then I guess he doesn't have time to take the pawn because we're on the bishop. Okay. Moving on. Taking was okay. Queen a1 was okay. I mean, everything I played was okay. He just outplayed me. And he played so quickly. Yeah, my knight was terrible on a1, but it's still equal. I just got outplayed. They just played very well and extremely quickly. A terrifying combination. But b3 was apparently a blunder. Yeah, I saw this after I played it. Yeah, so I had to be a little bit more patient here. I mean, it's not a nice position for white. And then this was another blunder. It wants to take on c4. I just didn't know how are we moving the pieces around. It's suggesting knight f3 with the idea of what? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, knight d2, so he defends the pawn. And then it wants to do something like this. Yeah, it's not easy for white, though. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll have to look into that opening more. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to play a new game. Okay, we have a Sicilian on board. Okay, main line, Najdorf. Okay, so this is the main line here. I haven't actually played the main line in a long time. So white always has to blink first. And there's different moves that can be played here. I actually think you can play knight 5, but I'm pretty sure it's knight e2. I haven't played this in like a year or longer. I think it's knight e2. Pretty sure. And then there's knight h5 and there's knight e8. Both are playable. I think the modern engine prefers knight h5, but this is the main line. And I really have to remember here, it's been so long. Is it f4? I also remember like there's like some line where I think you go knight d4. Oh, it's been so long. It's been so long. I think it's f4. It's got to be f4 or king b1. It's got to be f4. Yeah. Oh, it's been so long. Okay, so if a5. No, he takes. I don't think taking is right. I don't think that's right. But why? So if we go knight f4, what do we think about that? Okay, so bishop f4, knight e5 coming into c4. Ooh, it's been so long. I kind of want to flip the board. Yeah, main line I'm pretty sure was a5. But is this okay too? Okay, we will take, and then if knight e5, okay, now he pushes, so maybe king b1, so that if a4 I have knight d4. Very uncomfortable though. Otherwise, that doesn't look pretty, right? If I do something like knight e d4, I think he can still just push, because if I take, he can still. Oh wait, it's getting okay. I'm getting confused. Yeah, if I go knight e d4, a4, take, and he can push here, right? Yeah, so I think he's got a4 there. I would have to go knight a1. Yeah, so I think I have to go king b1. I think I have to go king b1, and then a4, knight c1. Or can I go knight b, d4? Yeah, I think you want to take with the c pawn just to get some lateral defense like this. He's playing quickly. But I think this was not correct, though. I don't think he should have taken an f4. Okay, so if he takes, I can take here, and then he's got queen a5, which isn't the end of the, you know, it's not the end of the world. We just have to worry about this rook c8. So as long as we can, yeah, I think we're okay here, but it's so sharp. Okay, so we can take on b4. There's d5, which I don't love. If I take, should I didn't even consider taking. Should I take and then b3? Somehow I don't really want to take it. My spidey sense says no. But my brain says maybe. Because we just play b3, right? Okay, he comes here. We have to defend this. I can always go knight c1. But I'm still kind of scared. Okay, but I will take it with reservation. And then b3. But I'm just kind of scared of like him getting a knight on a3 or something. But it's not easy. That's kind of impossible. I don't know. It's just kind of scary. So, but I think we're fine. Again, I think this was a mistake, him taking on f4. Okay. Now it's our turn to play. So we could go h4. We could go bishop g2. I could take another pawn. But I'm kind of scared to take that pawn. I don't need more pawns, do I? I kind of do. It's only equal material. I could take it, but I'm scared. Yeah, no, we don't want it. We don't want that pawn. So I could go knight d5. Right? A couple of nice squares there. Okay, let's just do that first of all. It also opens up our light squared bishop. Very low on the clock. He's playing quickly, and I'm trying to remember theory. Oh, okay. I think he just dropped his bishop. He just dropped his bishop, as far as I can tell. So let's not overthink it. And we just want a bishop. Yay! Free bishop for us. This opening was one of the first openings, maybe like the third or fourth opening, where I analyzed super deeply. So, yeah, so we can just take, and there's no threats here. What about this? Just securing our future. Could also go queen b2. I mean, we can really do anything, right? But I kind of like this idea. I know he can sack, but it shouldn't be a problem. Plus I'm hitting his knight, right? But his knight comes in. I don't know if I should invite that. Now maybe yeah, let's do this. I'm a little scared. So yeah, let's just offer that first and see where the dust settles, where he puts his queen. And so we could hit it again. We do need to extract the knight. Obviously, we could also come here, which I might prefer. I could also attack here. God, there's so many good options. I mean, we could take a pawn. Oh, God, too many damn good options. Okay, let's do this. Because if he moves this knight, it's mate. We like that. We're also hitting d6. I'm going to take it just to simplify a little bit. And then we're going to go here because it wins a pawn. And I will take that pawn. He's going to stay here because he's hoping that I'm going to move the queen one day and I'll forget about this check. So he's going to go queen h7. And we will take the pawn because it's a pawn. Then he's going to bring in his knight. He's going to bring in his knight now to c7. Nope, he goes here. That's kind of interesting. He can get his knight active that way. I want to open up lines, so I will take. And we come in here. So we come in. I do have to make sure I don't move my queen. I got to be careful about that. He might stay on the a file because he's still hoping I'm going to move my queen. So he might go queen a5. But then I take g7, right? See, I'm predicting all this guy's moves. Okay, so we take on g7. Now, can he go here? No, I have a discovery. Okay. So now we want we want this. So let's play it. And then we put in our rook here to threaten stuff. Actually, this would be good, right? That'd be mate. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Okay, so we are going to go here. There is this check, but I'm okay. So there's a mate threat here. Mate in 2. 1, 2, 3. No, 2, right? 3. 3. Mate in 3 threat. And let's see if he sees it. This is going very well, I gotta say. If he moves his h-pawn, did that change anything? Okay, that doesn't change anything, right? I can just... It kind of does. There's no fork here, but I think it's still mate. Yeah, it's just still mate. So, okay, that went great, I gotta say. I might have played close to perfect. I think his mistake was taking on f4. I don't think that's theory. So this is all theory. And then, yeah, a5 is the move. I mean, I don't think this is correct for black. And yeah, white should just be better here. So let's take a look at that with the engine. We like that graph. I don't like this little dip, but I'm happy with that, obviously, overall. So let's take a look at this e takes f4 move. I think this was wrong. Yeah, well, it's second main line. Okay. And I'm actually surprised that the bishop g... Well, it's second main line in the Lee chess database. That doesn't mean much. Yeah, it's like a 30 centipawn difference between a5 and bishop g4. 40 centipawn now. Sorry, I mean... No, wait. E takes f4 is legit, I guess. Okay, I thought it was not so great. And I'm surprised that bishop g4 is a move. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. So, that's interesting. Okay, I'm surprised about... Have I even seen that before? No, I've never seen that before. Yeah, I've never seen this before. But it's actually been played 10% of the time. So I don't know if I have that in my database or not, or in my CPT. But it looks like the follow-up is knight c5, because there's no bishop here helping defend. I don't know if that does anything, but Looks like that's the follow-up. Okay, so king b1 was good. Yeah, so this was all good. Yeah, I almost didn't take here on a4. Best move is actually knight d4, or tied was the best move. Yeah, hitting c6. But yeah, taking was good too. But this was a mistake. b3 was a mistake, hey? Why? It's saying rook a5, and if h4... what do you mean a weak engine? No, I think it's the opposite. I think it's because the engine deems it as okay now, but most of those master games were played years ago. I think that's why. So I'm a little surprised that black is okay here. And that white had a much better reply here. Two better replies. It wants to go knight g3 right away. Or, even better, knight d4. And I'm not quite... Well, I don't understand why. What's so bad about b3? Oh yeah, sorry, we know, because we're going to drop it. So we have to play h4, rook g1. And then knight c7. So what's... I don't really understand. Knight c5. But what's the difference? If we go knight d4 right away... Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, let's say he goes queen a8. Oh, sorry, not there. There's a fork, right? So we go here. And then knight c6. So it's not obvious, man. At all. And what is this bishop? What's this knight g3? How is this? What's the point of this? Like, oh, I don't know. This is not simple to... I mean, b3 is so natural. I'm still a little confused why b3 isn't good, because we're not wasting time with it. We're not spending a tempo to play b3. The only thing I can think of is that black's rook is better on a5 than it is on a4 for some reason. And maybe that's one of the points, because it is, we can attack it. We can kind of get a tempo here with bishop b5. Really, it's such a subtlety. That's pretty crazy though. Okay, so yeah, so that was the only thing I could have improved upon, was this little b3 move. It wants to go knight d3 or knight d4 knight g3. Yeah, because if he untangles, then we have knight c6. And if he defends against knight c6, then we can bring in the bishop. I think it's just, this is the target for our bishop. Geez, such a little detail. Okay, I will play another one. Romelli, who doesn't appear to be here. Annoying. Like who starts a game and then goes to the bathroom before the game starts? Because you're going to get paired within a couple seconds. So that pisses me off. There's no reason for this to happen ever. Well, not ever, but like if you got a phone call, but even then you cancel the game. Yeah, there's no reason for it. Okay, new game. Black, lots of Sicilians. Actually, no, we had a Roy Lopez, right? Okay. This can transpose, doesn't have to. You could take it as a queen. We've got another Najdorf as black this time. And a lot of Sozens lately. That makes no sense. Why put the bishop on c4? White voluntarily lost a tempo. Okay, let's castle. And then what? What do we want to do? Trade? Bishop d7, b5. This is protected, so b5 doesn't do a whole lot. I'm not sure. Maybe I go knight bd7, try to hit the bishop. And then I can always go b5, put the bishop on b7. He's got f3. I mean, it's a game. But it'd be funny if he ends up moving that knight squared bishop a third time. Wow, scary. Do I have e5 here? No, there's knight f5. That is scary. But I just won't react to it. So this plan might be a little too slow now. So I think I'm going to go knight c6. And then if g5, we'll go to d7. Actually, do I have his Zwischendug? Could I take? Because I was thinking this, but no. That doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, we'll go to d7. Because the bishop's going to go to b7 anyways. Knight e8 isn't the worst idea either, because it does help defend my king side a little bit. But I still think I'm going to put it on d7. I like having e5 possibly. Yeah, we shall go here. Stick with the plan. Very aggressive opponent. f4. Very aggressive. So what about e5? Or I could take and then e5. Does that win a pawn? Takes e5. Takes. Takes. Doesn't win a pawn. I'm wondering about e5 first. If knight takes, b takes, and he pushes, we can take here. Scary though. He could castle queenside and keep attacking. And if he takes, I could take with the knight or the pawn, and I think we're happy there. Or we're content. The other option is I could take on d4 and then and then play e5. He could go back to e3. No, wait. Sorry. So takes e5. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. And then e5 here. Yeah, so bishop e3 I can still take. Oh, he's got d6. But his king's still in the middle. I think I'm okay with that. Because we're going to give a check, right? Oh, that was weird. What? He wants rook g1, but that's no problem. And I can even go here. Right? This shouldn't be a problem. Queen g4 something. I don't know. This shouldn't be a problem. Plus we have check. So it's a little transparent and short-sighted. That's a big mistake, I think. Okay, so if queen g4, okay, here we can simplify. 95. Yes, he can castle. Maybe I should give a check. Okay, let me think. So if I go knight d5, I assume he takes. We recapture, he castles. No, I think I prefer check. Bishop f2. Okay. Bishop f2, knight e5. God, I'm dying. Drink more. I don't know. Let's say queen e2. I don't know. I'm playing this, so I don't know if this is the best. Plus, he might just go king d2. I don't know if this is the best move. What I don't like about it is I undefend f4. You know, I don't like that. But it is defended in the sense that he can't take because I have bishop g4. So I'm going to open here now. And hopefully he doesn't fall for this. And then I don't know. Seems decent. More than decent. So yeah, there he goes. Now I could offer a simplification, but I'm not up a ton. Let's not get overconfident here. I'm up 2 pawns. It's a lot. Is it worth simplifying? Kind of. So yeah, maybe I should consider this. But he can just double up for free. I've achieved nothing. So I could actually go g5 and lock in my bishop there, but I won't. I could go f5 because he can't take, but then I'm dropping b7. I could maybe do this. That simplifies. So then he has to play b3, and then he weakens this. We play rook c8 and checkmate. That's not checkmate. But yeah, I like that idea. Plus, it stops. Maybe it doesn't stop this, but yeah, let's go for for that. If queen g4, I've got bishop. I've got moves. I think it's a little dangerous, but I think I'm okay here. So yeah, let's go bishop e6. Also, I don't know why I thought he could go here, but he can't. That's covered. Okay, he gets off of this. God, if I cough one more time, I'll get more cough drops. Sorry, I know it's not fun listening to somebody cough. Okay, I've got rook c8. I don't like all the pressure he has on me, though. Gotta watch my clock, too. I've got b5. No, let's get the rook active. Let's do that. Let's do that first. But yeah, I'm a little nervous here. Maybe he starts to double up now. But worst case scenario, I go g6 or yeah, there he goes. So maybe I should even just go g6 voluntarily here. But we're safe. There's not even a need. No, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I like the idea of just having this taken care of. And then maybe b5. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do if he plays knight d5, because his bishop opens up here. So I'm very, yeah, that's why I almost might want to sack the exchange. I can actually get a pawn for it as well. Yeah, see, this is, I'm very unsure about this. Takes. His bishop is very good. I think I'm going to live with it for now. And play b5. But this is definitely getting scary. Black is much better, but it's a little dangerous. Yeah, this never causes me any harm. So we ignore it. Do I keep pushing? That drops a pawn. How do we progress? How do we improve? This bishop is useless. Maybe I should return it. Maybe, do I want to come in here? No, we want it here. So that's a plan. So let's try this. This is what I should have done maybe even earlier, because the bishop was really 100% useless. The only thing it was good at doing is stopping his h-pawn from advancing, which is a bit of a concern. But otherwise, it was completely useless on h4. So I'm going to reroute it to somewhere that looks better. I don't know. Like that's still a pretty good square. I mean, covering g1 is pretty useful. So he actually takes it, and that's a little win for us, because now we're left with a good bishop, and we got rid of his knight, which was a headache. So that was a good idea. He just moved. He wants to run the h-pawn. That's going to be a bit slow. I can take this, and then we have check. So let's take it. I don't need any more material after this. I'm up 3 pawns. We're just going to simplify, because this is too slow. It's just too slow. Yeah. So I can just ignore it, because I don't think there's ever anything here. I mean, there almost is, but almost doesn't count. So we will simplify here. If queen takes, I might just offer a queen trade. No, let's do this. Okay, he might go queen h3. I could see him doing such a thing. And that is a little scary, I have to say. I might have g5, though. Very low. Very low on the clock here. So queen h3, g5. And he can't take because he doesn't actually have access to g1. Okay, that's no problem. So we'll go here. I was more scared of queen h3 than this, but I am very low on the clock. We will defend laterally. He doesn't have a way to exploit this. He might go here. No, that doesn't even work. Yeah, I mean, we're fine. So I might go queen f7 so that I have a discovery on his queen to instigate a trade. Makes sense to me. I could also put pressure on f3, or f2 rather. But I think I want queen f7. I feel most comfortable with that. His time is ticking down as well. Yeah, I'm still a bit sick, but mostly I'm mostly recovered, but just sometimes I have these coughing spurts still for some reason. That's interesting. If he takes, I think I have this check. Do I? No. That's a bit of a problem, hey? So I don't really want to be pushing here. But I will, because I can defend this way. That doesn't defend it. That trades, but I'm happy with the trade there. Yeah, so we'll do that. Oh, crap. No, I have to go this way. Yeah, otherwise he had rook h5. So this is a bit of a problem now because I'm very low on the clock here, and I'm still in this pin. So this is the move I want now, which I can't quite do. I can't even do it next move. It'll be time to push the pawns, maybe. So low on the clock here. Excuse me. A game review. This is Lichess. And performance rating is a complete bullshit number on chess.com anyways. Okay, we will simplify. And we will give a check. And then I want to get out of this pin. Okay, we will go here. 33 seconds. Remain calm. Remain calm at all times. I don't want to do this because this check is a problem, I think. So let's simplify. And 26 seconds and just don't panic. And we had a check here, but I like this. And he can get active. I don't like his activity. I will come back. I will come back because he does. I don't want to give him any play. His time is ticking, as is mine. And yeah, so he does have Okay, we're going to go here. We want to defend that pawn. I don't want to give him any play. Just want to stop all counterplay. We're just going to come in here. And then... Okay, I just dropped a pawn. But that, it'll give me... Oh, yeah, he screwed up there. And then we can simplify here. Okay. Kind of lame he played it out to mate. I mean, and then he asked for a rematch. And he tries to flag me. I almost want to block him. It's pretty rude. You played a mate, then he asked for a rematch. I won't block him, but it's rude. Okay, so he played pretty well for 1900, but I don't think he gave me any problems that game. So he's still asking for the rematch. Annoying. Yeah, so we had this Sozin, and then he voluntarily just gives up a tempo. Very, very odd. Why play that? Because just play bishop d3, and then you're not losing a full tempo. I got e6 in for free, essentially. Trelmik says that knight d4 would have allowed the bishop to reach c4. I don't know what point you're talking about. And yeah, so g4 looks scary, but you just don't overreact to it. It's not really easy for white to attack. And his king is still in the middle, so and he wasted a tempo, so I wasn't really too scared of it. Had he not lost the tempo, then it's scarier. But yeah, just develop here. Excuse me. and then I think, I forget if it was here or not, but he lost the tempo here. And this is just clear sailing for black. Why would I say performance? Because performance rating is 100% bullshit on chess.com. It's one of those things that they throw in for beginners to try to feel good about themselves. Otherwise, I guess I'm a 3,000 rated player. I mean, I've been 3,000 performance rated before. It's a complete bullshit thing, just like a lot of the things they do on chess.com to try to make players feel like they're stronger than they are. Like the puzzle rating being inflated and bot ratings. And when they say you made a brilliant move. It's one of the most bullshit things they have on chess.com is that performance rating metric. Otherwise, I'm like a titled player. Because, yeah, plenty of times I've been like 2,600, 3,000. If you play a good game, you have a good performance rating. And it depends on the position, too, right? Or if your opponent played really bad. So, okay, so bishop e. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, it's pretty... I mean, I'm just up 2 pawns, right? There's not really any point looking at it. The main problem for white here was he wasted a tempo playing bishop d3. This g4 can't be good, otherwise you'd see it more often. And his king's in the middle, right? And then I think he was also a bit inaccurate here a little bit. Because I thought you could take and then bishop... I forget, no, was it here? No, I forget. Or maybe it was the next move. Yeah, no, I thought he should have taken, because then he can take on d6. So he was trying to get fancy here. I mean, he played this because he thought he had some discovery X-ray, blah, blah, blah here, but he doesn't. So he just kind of was hoping he could play this rook g1. Maybe he saw some grandmaster play this g4, and then he thought there's some attack here, but there's not. He didn't calculate it. And so he should have taken, and then after I was going to take on g5, and if he took on d6, I was going to give a check, and then if the king, I don't know what he does, probably the king moves somewhere, possibly brings the bishop back. Maybe he brings the bishop back. Maybe that's the best move. So let's just say that. So check bishop g3. And here it's equal material, but his king's in the middle. I know that my king is exposed, but that would have been probably white's best way to play this. I'm sure. And then I might have played knight e5 here. And I prefer black here. Again, white's king's in the middle. And yeah, I think black's a little bit better there. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. Yeah, we like that. We like that graph. So just one inaccuracy, which was later in the game when I had 24 seconds. So really my opponent kind of beat himself here with how he played. Like, this just made no sense to me. It was bishop d3. And yeah, this g4 was... Actually, g4 is apparently... Computer says it's fine. Well... Not optimal. I guess it's fine. It was actually playable, which is surprising to me. But white's no better here. And then his mistake was f4, apparently. F4 does drop a pawn because of exactly how I played it. But I still think that here that he should have taken. And yeah, he definitely should have. This was too flimsy of an attempt. And then I thought maybe bishop g3. But even better was queen d2, apparently, so that activating white's ability to castle queenside. And yeah, that would have, queen d2 is even better. But I thought he could go bishop g3 here. But yeah, black is better after knight e5. So I'll play another one. It is getting a bit late, but I'll play another one just to make the stream a bit longer. Okay, we have Magnus. Scary. Another Sicilian playing Magnus Carlsen. Literally playing Magnus Carlsen. Okay. Can we beat the Megs? I have one prior game against him, and it was a draw. Okay, I delayed Alapin. Haven't seen this in a little while. And I'm going to go bishop g4 here. And I just can't remember if taking is good. I shouldn't overanalyze this. Okay, let's go g6. So bishop g2 or h3. Okay, I will take. Oh shit! No, okay, that scared me for half a second. Oh yeah, it's kind of scary. Okay. Oh shit! No, okay, no, we're okay, right? Okay, sorry. Okay, so knight c6, bishop b5. Yeah, because you can take here. Okay, I might have to go. Can I go queen d7? Bishop b4. And I'm still losing this pawn, eh? I think, yeah, I just fell into this trap. Magnus. Queen d7, bishop b4, and I lose a pawn. Right, because knight c6. You can take here immediately. I can't avoid the losing of the pawn here. Damn. I'll play a pawn down because I don't want to resign this early, but it's game over. I just missed this opening trap. I don't see a way around it. If I bring the bishop back, there's bishop b5. Maybe I can do that, right? And then take knight c6. No, we can still take here. So bishop d7, bishop b5, then knight c6. Can I do that? Can I do that? Bishop knight c6 here. Oh, okay. So I lost the tempo here, but I saved the pawn. Ooh, and I burned time on the clock. And the pawn still might fall. If I go e5, there's knight g4. A6. This pawn's gone. Unless I have queen c7. Queen c7, take. Then he goes on this one. Yeah, I don't think I can save this pawn. A6 right away. He has to take. And bishop c6. Oh, maybe I can do that. Can I do that? Oh, but then this one falls. Yeah, so I think he goes here, or queen a3. No, he doesn't. Oh, that works too, eh? Or does it? No, because I have queen c7 now. I got queen c7 now. Okay. Ooh, barely hanging on here. I think he should have played queen c4 or queen a3 last move. Okay, I think I want to get rid of that. Or maybe could I push? No, I think we want to get rid of that at this point. Goes to attack his queen. But then he's just putting more pressure. Okay, let's take. If he takes with a pawn, I can recapture here, I think. And then trade. So let's do that. And I think I want to trade here. I also have bishop g4, but then he's knight bd2. But that's still kind of good for me. Because then I have rook d8. This is almost a threat too. Wow. I'm doing okay here. This is a threat, right? G3 though. I could also cast a queenside, which would be insane. That would be insane. That would be insane. No, let's not do that. But yeah, rook d8. No, not rook d8 right away. No, I was thinking bishop g4. Yeah, it's a weird move. I know it's weird. But Yeah, knight bd2, and then I'm going to play rook d8. Okay, that's real pressure. h3, takes. I mean, maybe he's okay there, but yeah, I was going to go rook d8. Or maybe I take first and then rook d8. Because he's got to stay on this, right? We take first and then rook d8. Then he's got to go queen e2. Yeah, that doesn't... I had this planned. I can give up a pawn to create some weaknesses here. I could also come back again, which would be funny. The second time. I could also offer this, right? I kind of want to... Can I actually trap his queen? No, not quite. But then he's got this threat. I don't like that. Yeah, okay. So maybe I come here, offer a queen trade. I'm not sure about this one. This might be a little too much, but... yeah, I think he screwed... Like, I really... Okay, and do I want that? He's going to bring out this bishop next. Or he's going to go here. I'm going to take it now. And then bishop g7. Oh, this is weak, though. Okay. Bishop g7. He's going to go bishop g... Yeah. And then we... I think we can castle here. And then queen c7. Okay. He has the bishop pair. He has more time. I missed that. Damn. Damn. Okay. Down a pawn. Here. This is a bit much. This is a bit much. He's got to go here or here. And I don't have anything. I'm just hoping something material. Does this win a piece or? I don't know. Maybe he just goes here. No. Do this. I'm not actually... Yeah, is this a threat? Yeah, that's the threat. It's not actually mate. Because my knight protects. Okay. Attack this. This is very precarious. Oh, shit. Ah. Forgot about this bishop. Damn, I forgot about that. Too bad. Forgot about it. I forgot about my knight was protecting my bishop. I got too relaxed there. Keeping the pressure going. I can never move my queen. Let me try for this. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. That was the final game for me. Thanks for watching. I just forgot about my knight protecting the bishop. Okay, have a good night. See you next time.